If you've ever wondered, why am I going through this? What is the lesson here? What is my purpose? Or why does life feel like it's redirecting me? You are not lost. You are being led. Soul lessons show up long before soul purpose becomes clear. And today I'm going to help you understand what phase you're in and what your soul is trying to tell you. Welcome back to Infinite You. And for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Sheri, spiritual psychologist, multidimensional mindset mentor, soul-led success coach, and intuitive empowerment guide. And on Infinite You, we blend psychology, energy, soul, identity, truth, losing limits to help you create a life aligned with who you are becoming, not who you've been, right? This is all about a law of attractiveness and a law of attraction. I don't know, law of attractiveness. Nice. I like that. Anyway, if this resonates with you, go ahead and hit subscribe and we will get right into it. For most of my life, I thought purpose was something I had to figure out, a single path, a single calling, a single right answer. But that's not how the soul works. Your soul doesn't give you your purpose all at once. It gives you lessons that prepare you for it. The experiences that stretch you, the emotions that wake you up, the patterns that you're asked to break, the contrasts that you are hopefully observing, and the desires that will not leave you alone. These are not distractions, they are preparation. And after my near-death experience and years of inner work, I realized your purpose is not found in your mind. It is revealed through alignment with body, mind, and soul. And so there really are 3 stages of soul growth. And these are the 3 stages that you move through, right? So the first stage, of course, is your awakening phase. This is when you start to realize, I've outgrown my old identity. This doesn't feel aligned anymore. I'm meant for more. I want more. I see myself in different places and situations that I'm currently in. I see myself living in a different house or driving a different car or being in a different relationship or job or, starting my own business, whatever the case may be, whatever you feel like you are being called to create. And so this phase feels uncomfortable. It feels emotional. It feels confusing. It feels destabilizing. It feels like something is shifting inside of you because a new identity is beginning to emerge. That is not a breakdown, it's an awakening. And I want to say this about identity because I do think I operationalize it in a little bit of a different way. When I'm talking about identity, I'm talking about, the culmination of your beliefs, right? So it can be a combination of old programming in which you were raised, and experienced, and then new programs that you're slowly beginning to, put in your mind that resonate with you more. And when I'm talking about resonance with identity, I'm talking about what feels good at the frequency of who you are at the soul level. Your soul is wise, eternal, and living in a state of truth that is always connected to God and God's mind and source energy in the universe, whatever you would like to call it. You can construct your identity based upon what is true for you and your soul and whatever that frequency is. That's how I'm operationalizing identity. So remember, we can change and shift our identity, as much as we want in terms of what feels resonant for us at the soul level. So I mentioned in another video, I don't even know when, not too long ago, I was talking about how, I was at a party in college and everyone was hanging out like drinking Budweiser, like in this dingy little basement and everyone's having a good time. There's nothing wrong with that. But I had this moment of like, why am I even here? Like, this is not me. I would rather be doing X, Y, and Z, right? So I began to shift my identity away from, spending my Saturday nights drinking Budweiser out of a keg or, whatever. I'm just kind of giving you like a little bit of like a cheese ball example, but that's kind of what I'm getting at, right? Or, let's just say, trying to think of something else. Hang on, let me think if I can think of something. would you rather spend your time like alone in a really good book or walking through a really cool museum or, learning about, amazing wines or really good food? Or, would you rather be an artist and painting a picture or writing a book or, the list is limitless, right? It's endless. It's infinite. Like what do you want to do? What does your heart want to do? What does your soul want to do? How do you want to be of service to others, right? It's a much bigger picture. So I know I'm kind of going on and on, but I want to be very clear about what I mean about your identity. So I'm going to go back just really fast. Like when your identity is shifting, it feels uncomfortable. It feels emotional. It feels confusing. It feels destabilizing. It feels like something is shifting inside of you because your new identity is emerging. And we can do this over and over and over and over again in life. That's the beautiful thing about this journey. We get to do that. So, number 2 on this journey of who you are becoming. This is where, so we just went through like the basic awakening and now we are in the lesson phase. This is where your soul gives you the experiences required for your next level. And these lessons often include boundaries, trust, self-worth, letting go, reclaiming your voice, remembering your power. Your soul won't test you, but it will repeat the lesson until your identity shifts. If you're asking for it, right? And I think if you ignore it, it could just get more and more painful and then maybe it would go away, right? But I think it's really important to give your soul a fair shake at paying attention and listening, right? So this is the moment that you can choose alignment over fear. And this is where a new path will unlock. And then the next phase is the purpose phase. People think purpose comes first. It does not. Purpose is what rises after alignment. So purpose feels like, I just know, or this was made for me, or this feels like me. Purpose is not a job. It's an expression of your soul, and it reveals itself only when your identity matches the version of you who can carry it, right? So awareness, and let me go back, awakening, the lesson phase, and the purpose phase, right? So 5 signs that your soul lesson is happening right now. You feel a strong internal conflict. Part of you wants expansion, part of you wants safety, and this friction is the identity shift. You want expansion, you want safety. What are you going to do? Look at both of those angles. Look at that contrast, right? This is where beliefs shift. This is where identity begins to shift, right? So you can shift one belief at a time. You don't just sort of become a new person overnight, obviously, right? But it's really about like, what are these beliefs supporting this identity that you would like to just slowly shift and test the waters and become. Sign number 2 is that you keep encountering the same emotional theme. Rejection, abandonment, self-doubt, fear of visibility, people-pleasing. Themes repeat until wisdom emerges. Themes will repeat until your wisdom emerges, right? It's kind of another layer of like looking at the contrast of who you are, how you're engaging, how you're feeling, who you're interacting with. And then step 3, your intuition knows, but your mind will argue. So where there's a soul whisper and a mental argument, there is always a lesson. Always a lesson. I'm going to say that one more time. Where you have a soul whisper, and you know when you hear them, but you also get into your head and you're like, no, I can't do that. Who do I think I am? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not brave enough. I'm not this enough. It's not possible. Da, 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 da. You need to dig a little bit deeper. There is always a lesson in that. The next sign that something used to fit now feels energetically heavy. Your soul outgrows things before your mind does. I know for me, I can speak for myself, and I don't know if anyone out there has felt this way, but I've had situations in my life where my soul felt so trapped in that situation that I felt like if I didn't do something different immediately, I just was gonna kind of like keel over. And I mean, I know I sound dramatic and I don't mean like leaving the planet keel over, but the energy was so intense. It felt so energetically heavy that whatever the consequence would be for the decision I was making did not matter as much as my soul feeling good and back into alignment. Your soul knows. Your soul, you have been on the planet so many times. You are so wise. You are so eternal. You are always connected to God, to source energy, to the universe. Your soul always knows. Your body knows, right? There are times that we can make the wrong decision, the non-aligned decision, and make ourselves physically ill. We know that. We know that. I'm not saying anything new, right? The next sign that you are being pulled inward, right? So you're craving stillness, you're craving reflection, you're craving alignment, you're craving journaling. You want your space, you need time to reflect. This is when your soul is speaking to you. You know this. So remember that your soul purpose is not ever lost. It is just waiting for you. And here's the biggest misconception. You do not find your purpose. You become the person who can hear it. You do not find your purpose. You become the person who can hear it. Purpose comes through clarity, alignment, listening to the truth of who you are, remembering who you are, emotional self-honesty, raising your vibration, expanding your identity one belief at a time, where you're losing that limit and you're creating a new program. You're following your intuitive nudges. Your purpose is simply the highest expression of who you already are. You are not behind. You are definitely expanding. You are definitely unfolding. And if this resonates with you, I would love for you to hit subscribe, hit like, definitely comment. This channel is for people who are ready to live from soul alignment and create and attract from that space. You know you've got this. Abundance is your divine right. And if you want to understand your soul lessons, shift your identity, elevate your vibration, and actually step into your purpose, come and join me inside Infinite You. I will put the school link in the description box below, where you will. If you hop in, you'll get a 7-day free trial where we will explore topics like multidimensional reality, emotional GPS, and quantum alignment, and dissolving old patterns, intuitive clarity, conscious creation, becoming the version of you your soul already sees. It's amazing. I'm so excited to start this new community. So if your soul is whispering, listen, because this is the doorway for you. And I will also put links in for my free newsletter and my quantum alignment session, and my free masterclass, Recode Your Reality, too. So there will be a bunch of goodies in there for you below. I just want you to remember that the shift you are feeling is not random. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Your soul already knows what it is doing. Your purpose is already unfolding, and the version of you who is meant for more is already inside of you, waiting for you to trust the pull, to listen to the whisper, the desire, the knowing. Your life is far from falling apart. Your life is falling into place each and every moment, each and every day. And I will see you in the next video. And I hope to see many of you inside Infinite You in school. I will see you next time. Namaste.